Maliketh, brother, beast, and loyal shadow of the Empyrean Queen Marika, is one of the larger players in the events of the Shattering. He became one of the most formidable figures in the lands after receiving the Rune of Death from Marika, tasked to lock it away. Security of something as substantial as the force of death itself calls for extreme measures, so by infusing the rune into his very being, he ensured he absolutely could not fail in his objective unless it became absolutely impossible for him not to. Before going to this extreme, he chose to keep the rune in a more usual sense by storing it somewhere primarily he and whoever else was trusted could access. Rani, another Empyrean and thought friend to Marika, was one of those whoever's. With her own motives, she sent the Black Knife assassins to steal pieces of the Rune of Death and set the Night of the Black Knives in motion, which resulted in the death of Godwyn the Golden, firstborn son of Queen Marika and nephew of Maliketh, a blow he took straight to the spirit as it was a direct result of his failure. In past service to Marika, Maliketh defeated the Gloam-Eyed Queen, another one of the powerful Empyrean species, and houser of the Black Flame. Just as he in the future would do with the Rune of Death, he infused the force of the Black Flame into himself, maybe for the first time augmenting his already powerful physical prowess with magic. He called back to this when reflecting on how he could best prevent death from being stolen again by those with opposing intent. As death was imbued into his sword and he knew he was capable of binding his sword into his flesh, he chose to become one with his purpose again, showing a true and dire loyalty to his cause, a willingness that landed him his role as the metaphorical blade of a godlike being. The price that came with merging with the rune called for Maliketh to take up the guise of Garant, Beast Clergyman, a powerful fighter who was said to endlessly consume Deathroot. He amassed followers through promise of teachings of strong terrain-based techniques in exchange for Deathroot. He did this as a means to maintain himself on the side while also carrying out his duty as Shadow. After some time passes and his followers exhaust the lands of its Deathroot, Maliketh decides to travel to Farum Azula, the place he would continually work to secure the Rune of Death. Garant fights using the techniques he taught his followers, alongside the mundane Black Blade, in a literal sense very directly turning his environment against his opponents by throwing boulders and spreads of large stones at high velocities, a cascade of the ferocity he serves his true cause with. Maliketh fights clad in a stark black suit of armor, adeptly traversing the environment while employing his newly destined death-imbued blade as his weapon. He uses this blade to slash the combined power of death and black flame towards his foes through a distance to burn and weaken them. In Azula, he fights his final fight. This is my first time doing a write-up on a character in Elden Ring. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know how I did, where I could improve. I sadly haven't actually gotten to Farum Azula yet in my playthrough, so I didn't have any original footage. I'm hoping it didn't really hurt the quality much for you. If you want to support me, a subscribe and a like will help immensely. At this time of recording, I'm just a little over 50 subscribers, and I'm happy I may actually be able to build a community around something I enjoy. Hope all of you stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one.